Great Hobbies presents RCTV, your radio control authority. With your host, Nick Rack.
Fuel him up and get him on the track. Let's see how he's doing. This thing is massive. On this week's episode of RCTV, it's the Glorix Finals, also TCS Finals, and Miss America Boat Profile. But first, we're going to be heading up to Mike Zimmerman's place to see a fantastic heli school that he's running, teaching all the little tykes how to fly.
We're with Mike Zimmerman out in Acton at a high school where he's running an after-school program. We're going to be talking a little bit about building, a little bit about flying, and can you tell me a little bit about the program?
Yeah, we come up with some plans. Most of the plans we've gotten from the internet, and the students cut the plans out, full-size plans, and they take foam. I just buy sheets of foam and carbon rod, and they build the landing gear. They cut the plane out, a little bit of tape, put some servos in it. I've got radio with a buddy box and a motor and controller that's part of my program. We put them in. I teach the students how to fly it. Once they get good enough, they're on their own.
It's all learning too, which I think this program is great.
Yep.
I would have loved to have seen something like this in my school when I was growing up, so I got to give you kudos for putting something together.
Thank you.
It's a great idea, introducing kids to, whether it's aerodynamics or flight, anything in RC. I think it's great because it keeps kids busy.
Yeah, that's right. Keeps them out of trouble.
But they also learn.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Do you find a lot of that too, that they're taking that to the next level and getting into other things?
Well, what I find is that the kids start building the planes and then they teach me new things. How to build, assemble, cut, that type of thing. And they're young students, grade 9, grade 10. I've got one in grade 12, so I don't know how far they're going to go with it. But at least, they get their feet wet and get to try it out. So.
And the experience opens doors, right? I mean,
exactly.
That's the key behind education, right?
Yeah. So you don't know if this could go into cars, boats, any one of those things, right?
Sure.
Even an airplane pop, full scale. Yeah.
I think we're going to have sample flying from you and maybe one of your students. What are we flying?
Well, we're going to fly one of Kyle's home-built planes that he built in my club, Mini 3DX.
All right, Kyle, that was a great little run you did for us there. I noticed you started off with a few warm-up laps. Is that kind of common practice?
Yeah, since it's a small space, I'm not really used to flying in a gym. I always fly outside. So I just thought, might as well practice so I don't crash or anything really big like I have before.
And it's part of flying, right? Crashing, fixing, taping, gluing. A little bit of wear and tear on the wings there from
the blade, yep.
Dancing on the ground, but I guess that's all part of it. Can you tell me about how difficult it is to fly indoors?
Indoors, you don't have the same kind of lift you would outside, because outside you have a little bit of wind to help it, but then inside it creates its own force, right? So then it does become a little more difficult. But then after you get used to it, it is easier than outside.
Okay. And is this your first or second year in the program with me?
This is my second year.
Second year. So this is your first plane or your second plane?
This is my second plane. My first plane is no longer around. So.
Oh, it had an accident?
Yeah, first flight, so.
First flight.
First flight. Just finished building it.
Well, again, it's going to happen, right?
Yep.
So have you got another project planned here?
Yeah, I'm recently working on a biplane as well.
Okay.
And since Zim, he flew his helicopters and stuff, I kind of figured I'd like to do that too, so I bought myself a Mini Titan as well.
Oh, good stuff. So you're getting into other areas of RC, so this really opens some doors for you then, too.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, excellent. Well, thanks a lot for joining us, Kyle.
No problem.
Thanks so much. All right, Mike, can you tell me a little bit about the copter you're going to fly for us today?
Yeah, this is a Thunder Tiger Mini Titan 325E. It's got an aftermarket fiberglass canopy, some carbon fiber blades, aftermarket skids, and tail grips. It's good practice in the winter if you can't get outdoors, and I have access to the gym, which is kind of nice late at night. We fly the planes and the helicopters, and we have a good time.
All right, fantastic. Well, let's see what you got.
Okay.
right, Mike, that was some great flying.
Thank you.
Maybe one day your students are going to be that good with a bit more training?
Maybe better.
Maybe better. Who knows? You've got a great thing going on here. I think it's a fantastic thing you're doing here, putting in the extra time to help the students and get them, kind of interested in RC and other forms of learning. This is fantastic. Thanks so much for your
Great.
time.
Thank you.
Take care.